everybody. This is Ned from Digital Assets Trading Academy, and I wanted to go over Ripple, Tron, and Bitcoin as this is Friday, and so this is a week-ending review. All right, so we can see from the charts. First, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's been, all the cryptos have been pretty boring. So not a lot of movement, but you can see we have this downward parallel channel coming into this major support area, which is down here at about 3,200. And if we take a quick zoom out, you can see we're definitely at the bottom of a long decline over the last year and a half. Although we did spike up, and then we've been slowly declining, and we now have what looks like a bear wedge or a bear flag coming down off this flagpole, and now we're trading diagonally lower. But we do have this short-term uptrend, which you could see here in the magenta trend line, but basically we're in this pretty tight downward channel. We are staying in the top half, which is good for now, and if we keep coming down following the midline of the parallel channel, we'll hit maybe in sometime in the beginning of March, and then it get a bounce up, or we bounce up at some point now. But let me zoom in. You know, you cannot disregard how we're tracking this downward midline on this parallel channel. The oscillator that I have here is a Bollinger Band Keltner oscillator. And you can see we are getting some divergence here. So we have a pretty low here on the oscillator, and then now we have a higher low. So actually I take back what I said, that's not divergence because we have higher lows on the price as well. So, but we are waning. You can see we're going from red to maroon, which shows that the downward trend is starting to falter. And we did get a green change this week, although it's kind of in a weird location. So this may end up turning to be a bull flag. Long candle up, some sideways motion. It's interesting that it's green, so that's showing momentum is positive. And I would look for another tag first of this parallel channel, maybe somewhere over here. So it all depends. Timing is difficult to do on these charts, but this is where we're at now. So I would expect another bounce maybe off the purple trend line, and then tag the upper parallel line, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Tron. Okay, so Tron is actually in a bull move, right? So we've had one wave up, a little pullback, another wave up, a pullback, and this, so far we have an A, B, C, and then maybe another A, well, let's see, A, B, C, D, E, which failed, F, and then maybe G. So maybe we'll come back up here. To the downside, if we do move lower, I would look at the 2.1 cent area in this support channel as a buying opportunity. That's what I'm certainly looking at. This is not investment advice, so please don't take it as such. This is for educational purposes only. Your decisions are your own. But if price does come down, I would expect a bounce here. That'll also create a double bottom with over here. So if we don't move before that, that could give price the power to then blast through and hit this high that's up here. The momentum indicator has just changed from red to maroon. So while that's not a buy signal, it does show that momentum is starting to perhaps turn around. You can see this is a textbook, right? So we're red, pure red down, then turn to maroon. We bounce up. We don't quite break the lower level, so we have a higher low here, and then momentum keeps going up, turns to green, and then we get this big push up that we had at the end of last year. Okay, so that's kind of what we're hoping for now. You don't always get a turnaround on when it becomes maroon, but it is a more positive indicator than just pure red. Okay, and again, we're in this downward parallel channel. This purple is a longer term trend line up, which we started when we hit the low right after Thanksgiving, November 25th. And we've been moving up since then. And if we zoom out, we can kind of see we've just been in this really tight range for quite a while now. So it would be nice to get a bump up, but I'm expecting a little further downward movement at this point before we do that. Okay, and then finally, let's move over to Ripple. And Ripple chart is always challenging because of that big spike up in the end of 2017. But anyway, so okay, so here we go. So what's Ripple doing? Well, Ripple also had this big move up in September, and we've been slowly stair-stepping down ever since then. So we had so it'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. And if we fail here, that will be a failed 5th wave down, and that would be a really great buying opportunity as we move up and we break through this downward parallel channel and resume our upward trend. So we have this very low angle upward trend line on the bottom of this channel with that high, and the midline would be here. So if we can push through the top of this down parallel channel, I would expect that we're going to hit this resistance zone up here at around 53 cents. Let's see, if we zoom in a little bit, we can see the momentum indicator here is definitely flatlining. We've had a lot of color changes, so it just means no direction, and that's a great indication of just a sideways motion. But we are looking to break back up over the 0 line, so that is positive. You could also look at this as a bull flag, right? This would be the flagpole. We moved up, and now we've been consolidating, perhaps getting ready for another move to the upside. The candles the last few days have been really small. I kind of thought there was going to be a little more volatility coming in with that JP Morgan, their own crypto announcement yesterday. And now they're looking to also take over Swift. So it's going to be an interesting battle now between JP Morgan and XRP for the Swift business. So we're going to have to watch how that plays out. But momentum is definitely flattening even more, and we'll have to just watch what is going to happen with Ripple over the next few days. So that's the analysis for tonight. I'll be back in a day or so, and maybe Sunday, and we'll do a beginning of the week review what happened over the weekend, if anything, and see where we are for the beginning of the week. Okay, thank you. So this is Ned from the Digital Assets Trading Academy. Remember, none of this is investment advice. It's for educational purposes only. So please make your own investment decisions. And hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be also with the subscribe button, hit the little alarm bell there, and you'll get notified every time I post a new video. So please leave your comments. Thank you, and have a great weekend.